Some important flashes for you on your screens. It seems that the Finance Ministry has now proposed the NSEL case settlement to the Finance Ministry. I beg your pardon, FT has proposed the NSEL case settlement to the Finance Ministry, and they've proposed that NSEL case settlement happens and that they are going to ensure, in the proposal at least, that is what it states, 94% of clients are going to receive 50 to about 100% of their claims. The process is going to be completed in about 3 to 4 weeks after completing the legal process. FT, meantime, in trade is holding up by about almost 15% there, and this should at least calm some of those grieved investors that we keep hearing about on a daily basis.
Yeah, 50 to 94%. Of course, it's unfortunate that some of the existing investors and some parties will have to take a bit of a haircut, but 50 to 94%, the process would be completed in 3 to 4 weeks. I think it's a fair deal. Of course, okay, Vijay is ready, and Vijay, 50 to 94% haircut. It's not a bad deal considering that this case had completely hit a deadlock, so to speak.
Absolutely, Nikunj, from the proposals per se, yes, this is a proposal which makes a practical sense, but the moot question is, would brokers heed this proposal? Would brokers bring 500 crore rupees also on the table? Because earlier when this proposal was spoken just a week back, when the MD and CEO also on record saying this, brokers had outrightly rejected this proposal, saying they themselves are victims of this scam. Why would they get any money on the table? So clearly that is the question, because we need to know that 180 crores has already been pumped in by financial technologies. They are saying they would bring the rest of 320 crores, and 500 crores needs to be brought in by the brokers. So clearly they are saying if this proposal can take a shape, then obviously close to 94% of the investors would be settled their dues, almost 50 to 100%. But the moot question, as I was pointing out, would brokers pay any heed? There are clear indications brokers are in no mood to take in this proposal or bring in any money on the table. But of course, the stocks have clearly reacted very positively. And quickly, I should add, this is also a last-ditch attempt from financial technology side, at the time when next week, say in next 7 days, we are expecting the final order from the Ministry of Corporate Affairs of the merger of NSEL with FTIL.
Vijay, brokers will have to bring in 500 crores. That's the best case scenario. What about the remaining 4,000 crores?
Nikunj, we need to understand this is a very peculiar and complicated case. We need to first realize that almost 6 brokers constituted close to 86% of the turnover that was taking place in NSEL. So in that sense, if at all this amount is given, almost 94% of the investors' interest will be taken care of. And that is why FT is hedging and trying to push in this proposal. For the rest of the amount, they are saying that they would work with the brokers to try and recover the rest of the amount from the 24 borrowers where actually the money is lying. And subsequently, as and when the money is recovered, once again on a pro rata basis, it would be distributed to the 6% who would be left out of, assuming that this proposal is accepted. So clearly in that sense, they are also trying to push in this proposal, saying this would take care of the majority of the investors, but clearly there would be also some 6% investors who would constitute other majority portion of the whole 5,600 crore NSEL scam that we are talking. So it's not that easy, but clearly, as I said, with the merger sword looming large over FT's head, they are trying to do this last-ditch effort.
Okay, we're going to leave it at that, Vijay. Many thanks for all those details, and FT definitely is seeing some relief pick up there. The stock holding out very, very smartly. 15.5% uptick is what you're seeing on that one. Meantime, L&T has bagged a sizable defense order to the tune of about 1,400 crore rupees, and L&T should come up for you on your screens next. That's L&T in trade for you. Has been a bit of an underperformer, much unlike the rest of the market. It's now beginning to perk up. 0.3% gain is what you're seeing on L&T right now. Here's a word then from Videocon D2H, which is going to be listed on the Nasdaq later today. It is the first Indian DTH player and the 8th Indian company to get listed in the US. Here's a word from Venugopal Thoot. He spoke with us earlier on the D2H listing and the company's future plans. Okay, we're going to stay with the NSEL. Let's just bring up that stock price up for you. And just to reiterate what we are picking up right now, here's the word coming in from Financial Technologies. They've proposed the NSEL case settlement to the Finance Ministry right now. You're, of course, seeing a big spike up coming in on the FT stock price. The proposal, remember, is to ensure 94% of the clients are going to receive a 50 to 100% of claims. And the process is going to be completed in 3 to 4 weeks after completing the legal process. And again, Nikunj, the point that gets raised is what's the criteria of selecting those clients? Who gets them any money back and how much?
I would imagine in this case, really the smaller investors would be getting maybe a more sizable chunk
claim,
purely because they're small investors. So maybe that advantage would be there. So the onus clearly would be towards small investor. But Arun Dalmia is on air. Arun, the fine print seems to be out, and the fine print now seems to be very clear that brokers will have to bring 500 crores on the table, and for the rest, FT will go out for recovery.
You see, this is not the version of government or court. This is the version of NSCL to away from the liabilities. The way they come out with the ET now, ET yesterday, the advertisement, which is misleading. Then they are asking all the investors to give the KYC. Now, KYC, we have all, investor has given KYC to broker, and subsequently all the thing goes to the NSEL. I asked they are asking about the investor KYC because all the money which has been gone to the investments, it is been given by the income tax and everything everywhere. This thing is already verified. We asked the NSCL that when they have given to 24 borrowers money, what KYC they have done. The company which they have given 1 year, 2 years old company like Mohan India and all, 1 lakh paid up capital, they given 900 crore rupees and they are asking about the investor sources. This is all misleading.
This is Vijay Iyer joining from the newsroom. If you could just interrupt you. These are all facts which is already there in the public domain, sir.
Right,
what is your take on the proposal that FT has brought on table? Would you, as an investor, want your broker to have a look at this proposal and thereby getting money on the table to have a solution?
We want our money. Whether broker bring the money or the NSCL bring the money. We investors are looking for the money with them. This proposal has been discussed by Jignesh Shah 1 year before in the early 2014. Always he used to propose that I'm ready to give 50%, I will balance, I will do it. But always he's giving one after another false commitment. Investor is only interested in money, how much and how to get fast.
Mr. Dalmia, as you said, 1 year back it was there, but once again it's now on record. The exchanges have been notified. The money is on the table. I'm asking you once again, you are trading, say, from an ex-broker. Would you ask your broker or the NSEL Investor Forum, push the brokers forum to come on the table to look at this solution?
Definitely. We all the investors are only interested in money. Whether the broker bring or NSEL bring, we are not concerned with that. We are pushing our broker also to please come forward and give our money back, because we have given money with the faith to the broker. Through broker we have given to NSCL. So we are interested in our money to come back. Whether broker give, government give or the FT give. All the investors are very much seriously waiting, and it is a question of the India reputation also. Economic reputation also. If such type of scheme has been broken and money come back, the faith on Indian economy will be much more larger. It will be not like Harshad Mehta and Ketan Parikh time the money has lost. Total money has been lost.
Mr. Dalmia, the NSEL Investors Forum has equally been trying to lobby hard with the Finance Ministry. I know on for record that you guys have been in touch with MOS Nirmala Sitharaman. would you also want the FinMin to play a role in this to try and mediate and try and settle this at the earliest, now with some options being thrown on the table? Would you want the FinMin to intervene at this stage?
Definitely. This whatever we have reached is only because of the government of India. Mrs. Sitaram has done a lot of hard work to see that we have reached to this conclusion. If the government interference was not there, definitely Jignesh Bhai has used the court and some via media and advocate. They have been pushed us to the 20 years. Now it is a request once again to the government to come forward and pressurize whether the broker give or NSEL give. We want our money back.
Mr. Dalmia, my last question would be, now that you are showing some amount of flexibility, if at all Mr. Jignesh Shah and Financial Technologies asked the NSEL Investors Forum to try and dilute some of the cases or take some of the cases back which you have filed in various forums, would NSEL Investor Forum be ready for that? Because that has been one of the biggest hindrance when this proposal was brought on table even a year back by FT.
Well, very rightly, we were interested in money. And the case belongs to, now the case is with the court. And we want money and we will sit down quietly. Then afterwards is a matter of between court and the Jignesh Shah. We will not going to pursue if we get our entire money.
Mr. Dalmia, are you saying that the current proposal which we are hearing from FT is not acceptable by the NSEL Investor Forum? You will not go ahead with this settlement when 94% of the investors, they get some money and few of them will have to take a haircut of 50 to 94%?
No, this is, everybody have to hear the 94% people are getting money. Some people will get haircut. Everybody will ready because they have already, we are in a position, we are thinking that all the money has gone. That time the number of investors were requesting, Baba, give me 50% balance you give afterwards. We are ready to take 20% haircut. That time also. So people are waiting for the money. How much is if we sit down and say that I'm giving you 60% today and please forget. So investor, most of the investors may agree. Baba, you give me, as regard me is concerned, myself, my investment is concerned, if he's ready to give me 60-70%, I'm ready to forego other amount. Please give me that much.
Mr. Dalmia, just to add to what Nikunj was asking and what you have answered, technically now they say if this 1,000 crores is being pushed and settled, 94% of the investors will be taken care of, which means only 6% are left. In that sense, what is the average size of haircut that an average investor in NSEL who had invested will have to take, and what is the amount that you see would be going to the investors?
No, in a way, if he is giving 1,000 crore rupees, then most of the bigger investor, around 200-300 investors, having more than 3 crore rupees. And balance is less than 2-3 crore rupees. So definitely number-wise, number of people, 1,000 crore rupees is giving, it is only, the investor will be covered around 30-33% only.
Mr. Dalmia, I should once again, if I could ask you one simple question. You guys have been going all out against Financial Technologies. You have gone to the various investigating agencies, various respective courts. But what is stopping you from going hard against your own brokers whom you had lent the money to invest in NSEL?
Because we have already checked. It is my personal opinion. We have gone through the broker and broker has just came like another share. This share is good or this share is bad. He given the proposal, we accepted it, and we are totally believe on the FT. We are not believe on the broker. We are believe on FT, Jignesh Shah, who got number of awards. FT was doing very, very good. His share was, and his reputation was that time undoubtedly wonderful. On the basis of his company, we have all gone. Definitely broker has advised us, you should go, because we feel that it is okay. Because the brokers are giving so many script to us, and we believe.
Mr. Dalmia, when you go to a broker, the ultimate risk is of the investor. If you buy a stock, if the stock goes down, you don't blame it on the broker. Ultimately, at the end of the day, this is your judgment also.
This is our judgment. We are pushing broker. It is totally our judgment to invest, because they are just asking, these are the share, these are the share, these are the plus point, minus point. Sometime may he say that according to me, it is good, but all the risk belongs to us only. All the risk belongs to us. We are pushing brokers. Some of the investors are pushing brokers because we are all frustrated. We want money back. That is why whether broker give or FT give. So we are pushing hard. So how to minimize our losses? How to minimize our haircut? But all the risk belongs to me. If I did anything through my broker, it is my risk. I cannot blame. I can only ask whatever they have earned because of the brokerage and all. Whatever we have given money with the way of brokerage, we may ask that. I will ask that in my personal opinion. Ki Baba, at least this much money to you give me.
Well, Mr. Dalmia, thank you for your time, and thank you for voicing the concerns of the NSEL forum, and I'm sure you will be able to find an amicable solution soon. So you heard it from the NSEL Investor Forum, Aisha. They are not ready to compromise. FT is proposing a different plan. There has to be a middle path because too much of damage has happened, and an entire, mechanism, an entire commodity, an entire asset class because of this NSEL fiasco, Aisha, has got really challenged.
That it has. But remember, this is just a proposal right now. It's not a written word. Yeah. So let's just wait by and see how the developments go. But we're going to wrap it up on this edition of Markets at Lunch. Be back with Riding the Bull.